We're looking at this matchup right now with the Packers, man, and seeing what this team has already been able to do as it relates to the defense, not just treading water, but elite in an elite manner, just being able to overcome all of these injuries. That's where these comments, the fact that the Packers want to keep talking, that's where it's just confusing to me, man.
Yes.
Absolutely confusing. But it's like, fine. You want to get these guys fired up. You talking about a team that everyone in the world knows. Yes, they put in the work. But these guys, they absolutely ride off of this stuff, man. We saw what Amon-Ra St. Brown. He walked in there with the hoodie. He has no chill on making sure people know, like, what the deal is. I don't understand the Packers giving this team anything else to pump themselves up. I don't get that. The bulletin board material, it is clownish on their behalf. That's just my opinion.
No, it makes absolutely no sense. And before I have JB put up the quote, let me just make sure I give it the proper credit, of course. It is from...
Packers yapping.
It is a tweet from X from Ryan Wood at by Ryan Wood on X, and Tucker Kraft decided to make some comments about the Lions, particularly about the defensive back room and particularly about Kirby Joseph. So JB, if you want to go ahead and put those up, I will read them for you. And this is Tucker Kraft, the Packers tight end, who's having a nice year to his credit, but he decided to make these comments. He's a respectable player, he being Kirby Joseph, in the NFC. But in my mind, I'm not really worried about DBs too often. I'm worried more about the guys in the box, and I'm sure they bring guys down safely, rotation, and we target them in the run. But it's just a different game. I don't have too many tidbits on Kirby. I know he's a dangerous player. He can flip games. He's a good DB. I might not agree with some of the places he likes to lay contact. He's taken some of my brothers out of the game, and I think about that too. So if I get a chance to get my hands on him, playing football. So that's what Tucker Kraft said about Kirby Joseph. Koolaid, I'm sure you are ready to go to respond.
It's so much going on. I don't know, man. Like I'm gassed with this stuff right now. We've heard these guys now cry. We continue to hear these guys talk trash. We continue to hear these guys kind of try to single out, especially for whatever reason, Kirby Joseph. What are people not understanding about this? Every single time I hear somebody say something about him, does Kirby Joseph not come back and make them pay?
Every single time.
That's what I'm saying. So now you want to tee this thing up this week. At first, these were things that used to get me so fired up because our team was kind of new to this. But now it's just like when you carry that big stick long enough, it's just like, oh, it's like GTA. Oh, crap, here we go again. And that's what I'm feeling right now. I don't know if the Packers are just in a position right now where they feel like they have to kind of artificially pump themselves up or something like that. You know what I mean? But you're coming into this game where the Detroit Lions are in a state right now where next man up and finding that extra gear is what they have to depend and rely on. And you want to give them that fuel? Then it's like, be my guest.
Yeah, I think that I think that it's just done by the Green Bay Packers. I think if you're the Packers right now, you have to look at this game against the Lions as an opportunity to go into Ford Field and take advantage of a team that's reeling, at least in terms of injuries, certainly not in terms of record. But the Green Bay Packers, to their credit, they're having a really good season. They've kept pace with the Lions, at least stayed only 2 games behind, and you have an opportunity to go in and win. This should be, if you're the Packers, a chance to handle business, a chance to go back into Ford Field where you beat them last year and handle business. But instead, Tucker Kraft decided to give bulletin board material. And I just have to ask you guys all this. What happened when the Packers played the Lions earlier this year at Lambeau Field?
We beat them in our home again.
By double digits.
Yeah.
What did Tucker Kraft do in that game? I'll answer for you guys. 4 receptions for 34 yards.
I was about to say this. Let's tee up the crickets.
Nothing, I mean, not the worst game, but certainly, why are you talking,
If you're going to be talking, then yes.
Yes.
We have to call it what it is. That's not the game commensurate of being able to go out there and run your yap like this. I just don't understand it.
What did Kirby Joseph do in that game?
Interception.
Pick
Talk
six.
about it.
Yeah.
The most impactful play of the whole bleeping game, the play that flipped the game before halftime to where it was pretty much a guaranteed Lions win to put them up 17-3, was made by Kirby freaking Joseph. So as a Lions fan, I'm not necessarily offended. I look at the way that the Lions handle business. Yeah, they're confident. When they're asked a question, they talk about how good they are, with what Kirby Joseph said, of course, about how if you're not coming in to play football, prepare to get your ass whooped. But they don't give other teams bulletin board material. Why are the Packers doing it? You saw Xavier McKinney do it before by saying that the Lions like to embarrass teams, and now you got Tucker Kraft doing it. If I'm Matt LaFleur, I'm fuming at Tucker Kraft right now. What are you doing, man? And like you said, I'll get to. I'll let you respond in a second. Like you said before, Kirby Joseph, when he's been challenged, he uses that chip on his shoulder that he probably doesn't even need anymore to his advantage. Why fire that man up? He's been the best safety in the whole bleeping NFL this year.
And that's my thing. It's like with the Tucker thing. People are like, well, you got to read the whole quotes. No, it's all backhanded compliments.
Yes.
You can't start that way and then you end it with the way he ended it against Kirby. Oh, yeah, when I get my hands on him. Well, finish the statement if you're going to start it, big dog. You know what I mean? Just finish the statement. What are you going to do? Well, if I get out there, I get my hands on him. Oh, well, then we're just playing football.
Right, what you going to do?
For real? For real? Because the NFL's been telling us that Kirby Joseph is playing football, but you crying about his style. What I really think is happening here is you trying to cry about it in advance. It's like those teams who used to try and go and be like, oh, Ben Wallace is playing me this way. Like Shaq was doing that during that 04 finals. Oh, he's clutching, he's this, he's that. Like, stop with that already. If it's about, oh, let me get my hands on him and playing big boy football, then just let it be about that. All of the other crying about, he took out some of my brothers, that's the type of stuff that's just like, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Everything he's done has been clean. Kirby Joseph is not a dirty player. This insinuation that the league just wants to continue to put out there because they can't hang with the level of physicality that the Detroit Lions bring, that to me is the crazy part. Seeing people now start to go out there and talk about Dan Campbell is a dirty coach and he's coaching the Lions to take out players and to injure them. It's just like, where are people getting these narratives when the NFL itself, we've seen the ones that they have flagged. Some of them I've agreed with. A lot of them I have not. This team is not one of those teams that is heavily fined, heavily flagged for playing dirty football. So they're trying to put this out there to try and throw that stuff out there. I don't even know what he thinks he's going to do. This is not the stuff that, like, discombobulates Kirby Joseph. This is the stuff that I think he's eating his cereal and he's just like what is this guy talking about? What is he talking about? Like, you can look at the top of any list. From PFF to NFL.com stats, you're going to find Kirby Joseph's name. And this is a guy who you keep talking about, I don't really worry about the guys back there in the secondary. What are you talking about? Kirby Joseph will find you anywhere, bro.
He's gonna.
It's like taking.
You can. Right. I will find you, and I will intercept your quarterback and hit you. Shoot, I think you should bet a Kirby Joseph interception in this game because there's just something about that man and the way he's able to find the football. And I bet you that he gets a really nice, clean lick on Tucker Kraft in the game as well. God help you if you're Tucker Kraft catching a ball down the middle and Kirby Joseph is there waiting for you, because he is going to want to make Tucker Kraft feel it. Not in a way that injures him or anything like that, but that's football.
Crazy part.
That's football.
Like, okay, when a tight end is tackled, it's usually going to be Kirby Joseph's position. Like, what are you really doing? Think about where they're catching the ball. This is what you want to do heading into this game. It's not like Kirby Joseph is a guy who has like a few hits and a few interceptions over a few seasons. This is a guy who over the last, season and a half, you got to call him probably the best safety in the game. The way he's taking away touchdowns from teams, to me, is absolutely insane. The way that he's teasing the quarterback like, I'm going to rush in and then get back. Oh, wait, what, Tucker? So wait, a couple of his interceptions, I know that they weren't all taking away touchdowns, but the ones that he did have that were outside of the red zone, they came in that intermediate area where the linebackers are usually at. It wasn't like he was just sitting back, I'm picking this off. No, it was one where he rushed like he was going to blitz in at the quarterback, and then got back and picked it off. What game was that in?
It was against the Green Bay Packers. Read the screen.
It literally just the play as it was developing in my head. Then this flash of Packer P yellow just came out. I was like, you know what? That was against the Packers. I don't understand why he's talking when he already showed the stuff that you're saying that our secondary can't do. He's done it already.
And the thing is, too, and I mentioned this at the beginning, the Packers, they lost. They lost the first game. They lost when they were the
and they
outdoor.
Were talking before that one.
They were the outdoor team that could handle the elements in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. I know we've done that bit before, but I'm going to do it again. And the Lions were this dome team, and they came into Lambeau Field, and They won by double digits, but it really was more like a 24-6 win with a garbage time touchdown. That is pure dominance. And you mentioned about Kirby Joseph and how he just makes plays. I'm not going to lie. When I saw that play happen and I saw that it was an interception, I don't know. I couldn't quite tell who it was, but considering where it was on the field, I'm like, is that a linebacker? Is that a D lineman? That's Kirby.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you guys doing in film study? Like, that's what I just don't understand. You're provoking two safeties who can actually drop down and defend you, like, and get after the quarterback if they have to. And Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph, these are not the defense. This is not the secondary you want to test that way.
No, it does.
That's what I'm saying. When I saw Kirby Joseph in all off season, he took the opportunities with the Lions social media stuff, knowing this is going on the official, not just his personal account, to effectively troll some of these people that have been crying, primarily the Rams, but there were other teams too. And you remember when they were picking up the logos of their squads?
Yeah.
Go back and look at that. And it's as if, no, this isn't fun and games. Kirby, when he chirps, he goes out there and he does work. The Packers, I don't really know what y'all are doing right now. I don't. Right now, all I know is that you guys are looking up. That's what I know. And y'all have been for the last several years. It was interesting to see them last year talking about, oh, we don't really hang division banners. Well, you ain't going to hang one this year either.
No, didn't hang one last year. Didn't hang one the year before that.
Sheesh.
So that's,
man.
And like I said before, this is a game where if you're just being objective, there's a pathway to Green Bay going in and winning because they are, and we're going to talk about it more on Thursday when we do a pseudo pregame show.